And even until now is quote-unquote a quiet player, but once Bryce activates, everything just feels so difficult for any team that's going against him. He's really solid. I think his decision-making is well above the average player, or at least the average pro, at least at this point in time. Pistol round axe. Let's see how these changes on Ascent are going to affect. I don't see the metal wall. I could be...
Where's the metal wall?
Interesting.
Interesting. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. We haven't touched too much of this map though. We are back, guys, with VECTC. This is the start of Split 2. You were just joining us here on Soup. Well, welcome to IG versus NKT. Immediately. Oh no! HYK caught by the mesh. Has to be broken by the rest of the night. Vicky, on the other hand, Shock Dart does some damage towards Temps, but NKT using utility to force Ignite away.
I like that early read by NKT to just be a bit more patient. I know some teams like to burst out of B, which is a play as old as time, but with the attention of NKT divided right now, they'd have to make for some quick rotations if they want to avoid this bleeding towards A, but Lenny nearly gets caught out there.
Yeah, and Lenny, IGL, of Ignite, one of statistically the best players from their own regional qualifier now. Then Ignite looking to burst into B side. Here with the re-hits, Vicky gonna be backing away past the Cyber Cage. Salvador sets, but an incredible grab net slows down Ignite. Now then, Paranoia in play. HYK go with the first kill, and it's Temps on the board. HYK! Nasty shots to get a double already. And Ignite, they just forced their way in. Lenny as well with another. It's Darf, the only one standing. The smoke can't save him as Ignite have taken the pistol.
That was such a good setup by NKT towards B, though. If anything, I'm surprised they just didn't get any value off that. There was a Cypher Cage to give a little bit of breathing room to, I believe it was Vicky's, right? And then potentially there was so many, well, no puns intended, safety nets for them. There was a cage, there was a grab net, but there's really no follow-up. IG, Ignite doing such a good job of avoiding most of that and then just reducing it to the straight up gunfight with the Vandal in hand. Like I said, HYK is a crazy player, looking to run this up even more.
Yeah, 18 years old from what we've seen so far. Absolutely lethal with speed. And Ignite, as of now, there's a spot courtesy of Bryce, but boom on Love. A range like that, the Sheriff's gonna be nasty. And Bryce will fall. No more lurk in mid. Another catch though by the grab net. And can NKT capitalize this time around? The dash from HYK though. HYK's in there! And the Vandal's perfect. Again, Starf, Temps, and Josh on the board too. Nice kills from Boom One Love throughout the round here. But the damage has been done. 2v2 now.
Spike planted.
As well. Looking to go for a different angle here. Smokes out. And Ignites. They're just waiting for the noise from the over. Now then, Crossfire sets, and Josh and HYK, good cover for one another to get a second round.
I hope NKT doesn't stop with their setups, but I think the most noticeable thing is that they're just really not quick on that follow-up. There was already a net. Granted, it was an eco. You can only ask the Classic to do so much for you, but it did still feel like there were a few crumbs being left on the table. It is going to be the first gun round, or at least the anti-eco round for NKT. They will be rocking the Outlaw, and so far there are four potential targets that could get softened up.
Yeah, I mean, 3 light shields. You got the region as well for one of them. Here for Ignite. And NKT, they did decisive damage at least in the last round. But I have to agree with you, the grab nets from Alert have been so nasty. Where's the follow-up? Where are the kills? That should come their way. And Poom One Love, Expedition into mid, effective in the last round. Bryce though doesn't want the same thing to happen to him this time. Quick little peek. Poom One Love gonna get suppressed. NKT back away, but even no, Poom One Love nasty on Josh. HYK will respond with a kill of his own.
HYK's posted up towards Cap. There is a glaring hole in the defense now that NKT have to address, but they don't want to get caught out in transition. Everybody is just holding on to their sights. And Ignite know that they still have a lot of ground to cover it. By my, the Sentinel play has been great on NKT. Look at all the utility just blocking Ignite away from a rush.
Yeah, it's just preventing Ignite from working quickly into the rounds, right? You said it. The bloods are just not happening. Thanks to NKT and their efforts. They also put Bryce in a critical state here. HYK and the rest making a mesh, making that noise. Signal sent to NKT. They love the paranoia early. Alert still holding steady and alert. There's the signal now. HYK's gone. Spike not even close to the site yet. Lenny now caught. 10 seconds left. And they're lining up for alert, but So Cool Soda is so calm up top. NKT get on the round, but this is what Alert can do for a roster like this, Raph. This guy from Full Sense before, now he's on NKT's side.
NKT finally coming alive, losing too many players perhaps on that round, making this buy-up a bit more expensive. At the same time, if I'm Ignite, I definitely worry about how this layout is going to change as the round passes, because NKT, I just realized they are running that double Sentinel, and the way that they've been playing them has been pretty impressive for the first 3 rounds. The question on their end is, can they continue this level of activity where they're always swapping like sites, they're always plugging down maybe mid, and like you said, just stopping the flood in general.
But then, I've also noticed here for NKT, you're playing that solo Yoru as the duelist, and usually, yes, you can get peaks, you can get picks, but there has been an answer from Ignite just in that last round alone. Lenny has the drone, and it's not just for intel, it's also for the suppress. Pum1 Love can TP away. If he gets hit by that suppress, he's not going to be able to flash to get a bit of space for him. And that's why we saw HYK catch Pum1 Love there by mid instead. So interesting counterplays here from the likes of Ignites. Now they're going to go for the repurchase, get their buys going. And not only that here, Raph, Rolling Thunder ready for temps. Maybe this time they can go for a harder hit on a site.
Right there.
That being said, it is interesting that Pum1 Love, despite playing a shifty duelist, there were a few times there where he was kind of raw peeking into things. Don't do it again. Especially, you know that your team is so greedy with control, but with the sheer popping, now Ignite have a few things to worry about. This Yoru is not going to have Robble teleporting out, and as soon as I say it, it will happen on screen. And look at this. Ignite, they're giving up so much map control this early just because NKT has been pretty active.
Yeah. It's a good trigger by Pum1 Love, actually. Now he can play B main yet again, force someone like Price to watch that angle for longer. And this leads into the stopwatch being on side of the defense at this rate. Barrier mesh thrown towards short. No way to play the tree. Ignites funneled towards mid for now. Response from NKT to push from their spawn. They hold steady, ensure Ignite. They're re-rotating towards that A site, but the deadlock utility, it's still around to slow them down.
They can't run into the trap mine either because it's going to be such a difficult situation, but it looks like it's going to be a clean 5v5 here.
Alert already with 2. The stun's good from the Sonic Sensor, slowing down IG to a crawl again. Even more so, cocooned up. NKT will clean up house. And Alert with 3. A site is just his home, and NKT have tied it up here, Raph.
Oh, it does look like it is going to be another slow burn of a match, Dax. And with that pace in mind, NKT are built for it. Now, one thing that Ignite just hasn't scouted out yet is Pum1 Love. You know, he has been pushing decently unsupported. He is playing off the back of his Sova utility plus his teleport. But for the most part, he's been peeking into these angles alone. So maybe Ignite wants to scout that out.
Catch him, yeah, especially in Vicky there for the classical wall bang. Just do it, just hit it from that side of the wall. But yeah, NKT, they've done so well on this A defense. Alert, 2 rounds in a row, absolutely baffled, and this is gonna be decisive from IG instead. HYK taking down the deadlock, biggest threat gone for their A execute. There's still more to come though. Dimensional drift into play. Ignite also on an eco right now. They expended the Blade Storm already. Spike planted with space from the aftershock. Aldrone also looking for any kind of intel from up top. But Pum1 Love catching out Bryce. Chance here for NKT. He can just go for the retake anyway. Temps though, stellar shot. Armageddon into play. The airstrike is able to hit Vicky where it hurts. So Cool Soda though on site in a 2v1. Lenny, the IGL. Difficult scenario as the flashes come his way. Pum1 Love looking to peek and hits. NKT now with the lead after all.
That was such an expensive round Ignite forced out of NKT though. They had to get Boom One Love to pop the Dimensional Drift just so they could maybe safely gather that intel. At the same time, Ignite not afraid to use their Armageddon. I thought that should have been their trump card for maybe a more secure round with a better situation in terms of their weapons. At the same time, they're slowly but surely scouting out some of these timings. They know that Barrier Mash isn't going to be up all the time towards A, but it is slowly adding up to what protocol they have to execute. Now there is a trap mine towards Tree. Ignite looking to change things up with HYK finding Boom One Love.
Yeah, and that's a big mix-up courtesy of Ignite, right? Suddenly, they peek from top mid, get that pick onto the Yoru, who's been using mid to his advantage. And as you said, also, NKT, you forced to put that Sonic Sensor by Tree early on. Prevent perhaps another dash in play from HYK. The Odin from Vicky, though, forcing the likes of Bryce to back out, and a default here for Ignite so far.
The conditioning is gonna come into play here, Dax, by a lot, because it does look like there's a lot of brain cells being expended towards this whole like guessing game in the first half of the entire series. And Alert could have the right idea here, posting up towards Cap.
Yeah, I mean, that guessing game is because the Yoru's gone. Boom One Love is the one giving the intel on the rotations here for NKT. Ignite, they burst from mid, make that noise. Good timing here from Ignite. Might be able to get the catch onto Vicky, but even smarter from Darth to use that from the shadows now. Reinforcing, gets the catch, though, courtesy of Alert.
Whoa.
It's a committed position, but Soku sold as well, finding one of his own. Now then, Gravnet, it's good, and it's great. Alert, another, Alert, Alert, and Alert. 3 for Alert, here by mid. Bryce looking to fight back, but the damage has been done to Spike in the hands of NKT. And this defense holds steady again, thanks to
10
Alert.
seconds left.
It looked like there was a potential leak, but there are too many plumbers on the side of NKT. Bryce potentially had a chance here, but not risking that lone Vandal. The economy is now going to have to break yet again for Ignite, and this is looking so good for NKT. They salvaged that situation perfectly. I thought for sure Alert was going to probably get found at some point of time there, especially with the activity that Josh was like showing, but everybody on the side of NKT is on the same page. They had top mid control early on before Alert could swing out, and Alert also making the most out of all his chances there.
Yeah, I mean, Alert is probably the most experienced player of NKT right now. Only player from Full Sense, the rest of the roster coming in from NKT Academy. And truthfully, his last few matches in Full Sense, there were struggles for Alert in form. Is getting it back here with the NKT roster. 9 kills to his name, 1 away from the annihilation. And so far, all of his efforts have been so decisive in this matchup. Timeout called by Lenny and the rest of IG here.
Could be the first of the mental fatigue for Ignite. Again, NKT with just so much control.
I know. I haven't opened the Sent in the custom lobby in a while, okay? But hey, we're back into the game, guys. NKT with a 4-round rally, especially thanks to the efforts of Alert. And speaking of Alert, here we go again. Grab gets tossed, HYK getting in there quickly, Stinger on hand. Vicky, though, able to shoot him down. But the Odin is potent. Alert now stuck into the corner. Lenny able to get the wallbang going and hits the shot onto Alert in the end. So it's 4v4. Ignite stealing a kill after NKT just tosses that utility to get the catch on. Boom One Love, though. This is going to be good with the shot, perhaps. But not enough to kill Josh. 4 HP, and the dream for the Oatman still alive here.
Well, the stealth drone is going to find him, and Boom One Love has been pushing up aggressively these last few rounds. They haven't really found him as much as Ignite would want, but like you said, that op could have done a little bit more damage. Now Vicky's has the chance to potentially spray down these players towards B. After all, the metal sheet still not there. Ignite looking for their footing.
I mean, call the construction club, man. Call the construction company. Give the work order in the future. But Ignite, the rehit has been something they've been thinking about throughout this half.
30 seconds left.
And as of now, without alerts, it might be easier. Problem is, 3 of NKT are stationed here by me. Speaking of that one, it's Boom One Love. Getting the one shot going on to Bryce. Flash comes in. Smoke force the angle, make it awkward to play the operator. But then again, One Love just looking for the timing,
10
as well as the
seconds
intel. Ignites, they're struggling to make any headway, and
Oh
into the
my
arms
God.
of Vicky they go! Spray, pray, and hit on the 4, and KT now with a 5th round.
If we go easy on them, they will never
Vicky
learn.
survived so much in that round. He survived the jet dashing onto him. He survived 4 people. Well, you know, all things considered, completely blind walking into him. He didn't even
10
move
seconds
his mouse in those last 2 seconds. Like,
enemy
if we
remaining.
look at this replay, right? But again, I'm just really delighted to see how Tejo and the rest of the new picks are opening up, like Deadlock and Yoru, for these potential combos. I wouldn't be surprised in the near future we're gonna see a little bit more Tejo Deadlock just because of grabbing the last salvo. But the
Yeah.
operator has to be punished somehow.
And One Love in danger, stunned up, but can't TP on the way. And Ignite at least dislodging the Yoru for the first bouts. There is still a second round. This One Love looks to re-peek the angle here by Pizza. Smoke though, smart from the likes of Josh. Second time we've seen One Love dislodge from his position in these 2 rounds here. But NKT still very stable. I mean, Vicky, you said it. He didn't even need to move in that last round. He got hit by the paranoia there, Raph, and he just held down his mouse button until they all died. That Odin is gonna stay there until it can't.
You know how there's a bell curve, right, for strats? At the very bottom for our ranked regs is the Odin spam towards the wall. Somewhere in the middle you have the nade combo for Reyes, you have everything. And at the very top, the very end of that bell curve, is the Odin spam towards the wall.
Josh though into the corner by Switch. Should be the ones opening it up.
30
In the
seconds
meantime,
left.
HYK left alert there by Market. Lenny with a catch onto Vicky. Now the Odin gone. So Soda as well. Can't hit the shot. And Ignite will
One
take
enemy
advantage.
remaining.
Spring for Ignite. Josh still sticking around. Alert, the only one still standing. But right behind him, it's HYK hunting. Ignite now. Get a 3rd round.
They earned it in blood. A little bit of fancy smoke work there by Josh to give his team a small, well, actually a huge window of opportunity here. NKT now have to readjust
Seconds
because
left.
so far this utility has been somewhat absent. I was
enemy
really worried
remaining.
that something like this could happen, Dax. If they get their utility peeled too quickly into the round and potentially
Sound sensor
Ignite
up.
could bully with theirs. And it did kind of come into existence with that previous round. Lenny will have Armageddon ready and waiting. I'm surprised they're not hitting the easier side, but hey, you know what? This one,
Oh no.
why not do it again?
Oh no! Hashtag bring the sheeps. Bring this.
Where's the
bring-
medal?
Where's the metal?
No.
I thought
Like I said.
HYK. I thought HYK
Yeah,
was
yeah.
done for, but yeah.
It's really the bell curve. At the top of the bell, or rather at the end of the bell curve, is still the Odin spam to the wall.
Yeah.
One Love though could be in a mess here, but HYK.
Here.
Oh.
Ah.
I mean, it's a similar angle he played in the last round. Here we go though with Josh in the 1v2.
Gosh.
Oh, the high-low suddenly from Dark alongside Alerts. Just chipping away forces of Ignite here. Grabbed it also. Another good catch. They know HYK was caught by it. Slowed down to a snail's pace. And unless Ignite can find a pick into this A sites, I wouldn't be surprised for them to just save the guns and go to the next round.
30
Stellar
seconds
work
left.
by NKT, and sure, it's the deadlock lineup. Sure, it's great utility and peaks from One Love. But what defined this round today here, Raph, is a moment from the past with the Odin on B.
A lot of people are gonna miss it. A lot of
10
people
seconds left.
probably hate it. But it is so fun to see even at pro play because, like I said, it is tried and tested many a time, and I can't believe it still worked. There wasn't even any prior scouting information. Let's just do the good old dart into the Odin. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Show me where to go.
While it's still here, we'll keep on smiling. NKT though, a 6th round now. Ignite able to save a good number of guns actually coming into the next round. And look at the ultimates they have here. Still with the Armageddon, still with the Steel Garden. Good ways to dislodge NKT, who are mostly stationed on the sites themselves, and the defense adjusting. No more can Vicky play on site. He has to play across towards spawn this time.
Ignite has been frontline heavy so far, and NKT, I guess it's just a testament on how quickly they can plug up those holes, because normally with Bryce and Josh, if they were to be experiencing a little bit more volume in their fights, they'd be a bit closer to the leaderboards. But like you said, a lot of these fights, they're falling onto Ignite's quote-unquote safe side. NKT, they've just not allowed any leaks. If anything, it's them abusing these holes.
Yeah, they're the ones who found the busted pipe there. Just Lenny not looking at all alert right now. Grav net, barrier mesh, doesn't matter if you have no primaries when you have utility to stop the push. Wall's broken, sure, but NKT, they're gonna have their guns soon. Ignite, they need to burst if they want to fight back quickly. Puma Love priming the flash, and now Ignite have to do it the hard way. Alert against the smoke. Josh don't want to get the pick, but Puma Love rolling the dice, still sticking around, and it's lucky number 3 for Puma Love in the round. Darf as well with the covering fire. NKT from above and below, they go on it.
Boom One Love is a problem. That was such a gorgeous play from him. Aside from all the utility coming from the rest of the supporting cast, Ignite didn't know what hit him. Steel guarded being invested there just to get stopped by the barrier, man. That's a feels bad, man.
Like, what can you even do if you can't make it to the unfair fight, right? Alert has been the bane of Ignite's existence throughout this half. Boom One Love and Darf as well. Incredible efforts with the angles. Ignite's the one left again on a weak revive. He's like he's gone. Boom One Love. Heartbreaker! As 3 fall to his hand. Just shatters the expectations of Ignite there. And Temps and Josh, what can they even do by this point?
Don't let this man heat up. He's been absolutely burning Ignite alive. The spark is slowly fading away for Josh and Temps here. Rolling Thunder is available. I doubt that they're gonna use this, but once again, Dax, it's a lot of these superstar support plays as well as sharpshooting in tandem to stop Ignite in their tracks.
Yeah, I mean, NKT, you're wondering what form they would have coming into VCTC.
Cover going out.
With interesting rotations over the past week now. They're back with their main roster, on their main roles, and looking so decisive so far on their defense. Josh and Temps looking to tough it out to play into A. But Alert,
30 seconds left.
not only does he have the sonic sensor nearby, he's also stationed close. Ignite taking that noise. The gun sound. Alert's alert. He's ready. He's prepped. The smoke comes in. And this cross corner left unchecked. Alerts! He's gotten the pick. Temps will trade. But the job is done. Time has run out here for
10
Temps.
seconds left.
In the 1v4, NKT, they don't even bother hunting. Ignite will have to give it up. 8 rounds already for NKT here. Puma Love, he's gonna try. They have the money anyway. Just go for it. Just go for it, NKT. Put Temps to the test. The stun, slow things down. The swing's there, but the Odin from
round in
behind.
the half.
And NKT now are looking commanding on his defense.
This has been a puzzle that's almost impossible to solve for Ignite. They just simply don't have the brute force to try and walk into all these angles that they would want. And even if they try to go for the util clear, it would just take too much time. And I gotta say, NKT is playing this composition to perfection. There's no real issues with how they've been executing across the board on a macro level, but now Ignite, they try to go for yet another classic hero, just an A-rush.
Armageddon now, Rolling Thunder 2, area denial at its best. HYK struggling because of the trips, and Darf takes advantage of the chaos. Despite the cover, it's NKT who's able to find a breach in the system. And Ignite, they can't even bring that spike close to fake out. Hugging Bryce, that could be the kiss of death there, my friend. Boom, One Love, anti-flash position. Can't beat the Arc Rose though. Bryce on the board. HYK also looking lethal. But in the 1v3, Bryce needs to do everything. Nowhere close to the Steel Guard and has the spike on hand though to go for the rotation.
This has been a shutout round despite the potential fantastic calling that Ignite is trying to execute, Dax. NKT have all bases covered. They are going to have a plant here courtesy of Bryce, but with the way things have been going, Alert, Vicky's, and So Cool Soda have been winning their ones. Bryce, he's one triple swing away. But hey, the clutch potentially could be
Over there.
still in the question.
Alert, mark, and done. He's ready, he's set, and NKT will go to 9 rounds after the first half. It was a big question to how NKT would look in their first outing on Ascent here, Raph, and so far, so good. 9-3 to end that first half.
Air of Mystery is
Switching sides.
not as good as Ignite would have wanted it to be, but for, you know, they can get a breather for this stack, so we have to look at that again. There was not like an even fight that Ignite was.
Here we are, guys, back in business. NKT, 9 rounds already. Huge streaks on the defense. We'll see though if the double sentinel can still find their form on the attack. And I think we noticed before we went to this break, right? Alerts. I might have been wrong a while ago. I think it's Grabnet on C and Barrier Mesh on E. We'll see once his POV comes back. We are getting confirmation on what patch we're on, but Lenny has to hold here by mid. Poom, One Love looking to find a push here, and NKT's burst might be so strong. 1, 2, 3. They go through the wall. Lenny now finding the real one. Lenny's nasty as he's found the triple already. And Ignite can hold steady on the side.
There.
Bryce narrowly avoiding alert. He does get spotted though. Gives Darth the know-how on the other side. Side the smoke.
Oh.
NKT wants to get the sandwich going. Alert now with a shot. And onto the side. NKT go.
Last player
my
standing.
goodness.
Spike planted.
It is looking like it is an almost desperate effort for Alert here. He does get one with a net, but these clutches have not gone in the way of the singular player. Alert's trying to dance her out, but being very careful is IG.
Yeah, stuck in the corner now after the stun, and Temps is there to make his life temporary. NKT have to give it up. Ignites a much-needed pistol win here, Raph, just to claw their way back in the score here.
I was thinking that maybe IG was, or rather Ignite was also assuming we were playing on the patch where there was a metal wall. Because if you look at the timing with Breach Stat with Teho utility in general, you kind of need to set up a lot closer. But if the Odin is in play, there's just no way you can do that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's potentially one of the reasons they couldn't really execute the way they wanted to.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm tripping because I see the abilities for Deadlock in the right order,
Standing
right?
ahead.
But then I saw something different a while ago. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll get confirmation very shortly, guys. But then again, Ignites,
My camera is
as we said, much needed pistol. Now on the anti-eco. Outlaw on hand, HYK. Looking to find a pick towards B main early on. But NKT avoid main. They want the flood from Catwalk. Try to make the A-pinch happen.
Ignite definitely have the, or at least are required to have the initiative to be a bit more active. They don't have as much utility to throw out in comparison to NKT, but Bryce could be in a good position here to shred any attackers walking in, but he gets smoked out.
Shot to play. NKT now have to give up that space thanks to the salvo. Josh here. Bulldog on hand. Nice position to go for the paranoia. Looks on the IG side though. Josh and Bryce lethal now. Temps there at the end, but Ignites. They hold steady on A, and it was a clean anti-ego for them.
Beautiful play here by Ignite to really get things going for them. NKT now have the issue of how do we use our utility trying to get into the site, because obviously the barrier mesh is going to be strong, just blocking any avenue for the retake. Vicky's, or rather So Cool Soda and Vicky's, are obviously going to contribute in spades if they're already on site. But so far, if we think about just like raw offensive initiating power, we really only have Poom One Love and scan from Vicky's. The paranoia, sure, but aside from that, it's still very thin.
Fake teleport.
Yeah. Gate crash. Tell fake there by Poom One Love. As NKT now with the guns. Similar default from the last round. Pressure still, courtesy of Cubby. Bryce the one. Tested here for now. And Bryce getting contact. Looking to go back away. Fake out into play. HYK also sticking around towards the outlaw here. Shot ring, 25 HP left. And So Cool Soda Seems like for NKT right now, they've done a bit of damage. Josh, still steady too. Flash comes out, shock dart. A little bit of chip damage. NKT attempting onto this A take, but 10-1 with lethality. Alert though, opening up the site here, Raf, and it seems like for NKT now, should be able to get the catch and the plant.
Like I said, that Berry Mesh is gonna buy some precious seconds here. Does look like there's gonna be a myriad of flashes going into the way of NKT very, very soon as they prep for this re-hit on towards the site.
Oh, Lenny. Just salvos, man. Just salvo things onto alerts. Ignite now with the man advantage. And HYK gets on the side here. Held position. Held by Vicky's. So cool. So that taps are nasty. IG still one ahead. Now speaking of ones, it's 1v1 but with 10 HP. A single bullet's enough. But Darf shows him how it's done. NKT at the brink. They find a way to win the round there.
I thought that there should have been a clear path to winning that post land, but again, the salvo from the stun is such a lethal combo, already equalizing. An alert undeniably has been one of the better players of NKT at this moment. A lot of fancy shooting on the side of NKT to get this out of the way. Like I said, Ignite should be the more contact heavy team here, but they are playing around each other's strength so skillfully.
NKT, they're doing what they can here. And they have a nasty lead to work with too. Puma Love though, can he get out of danger in time? Avoids the salvos after the stun shaken off. But we're not done with Puma Love. Looking to peek into Cubby here, thinking about it. But Bryce holding on the other side with that judge in hand. Lethal hold. Lethal setup actually by Ignite. Sword short. With mains really where all the actions at. Razor Vines popped. Won't allow NKT to push that way, and instead watch the crawl of Poom One Love. Spots out perhaps some of the angles here into market, and NKT clearing out what they can.
A lot of temperance really on both sides here. And one thing that's have to be taken into account is that they're preserving a lot of their utility, but the scope weapons have been pretty hit or miss today. HYK not getting any kills. Oh my goodness, get out of there.
An outlaw against full armor. Vicky's the one to tank the bullet, and NKT looking tough and looking ready.
Wow.
Poom One Love lurking in mid. Flash 2 to come on out. Force Josh to take the awkward ankle. And now Josh with the re-peek. Poom One Love wins it anyway. And NKT, after all those rotations, flawlessly get the round.
Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do.
This is such an uphill battle for Ignite. Somehow, some way, they lost a little bit of the, I guess, their execution, because some of these hits with the utility do feel a lot more disjointed. Granted, they don't really have a safe way of gathering info decks, and it's allowing NKT to walk up for free. They don't have a Cypher Cam, they don't have the traps, nor the Killjoy utility to really block down mid. They have to constantly invest a body there. And again, that's just so dangerous considering NKT have been so sharp all day long.
Oh, they want to get a catch onto the Cypher. Soku Soda, the statuesque in the hole. Vicky instead with the catch, and NKT wisely playing against the IG set play there. Ignite wants to play aggressive onto mid. NKT hold towards top mid instead and get the jet as they retreat. So strong pick by NKT to begin the action, and they're creeping up again with Poom One Love.
It's been the case for NKT. It's been a slow and a steady approach here. Bryce shooting into Jenny, maybe trying to bait something out, but popping the ult is Lenny.
One ult though into Josh's crosshairs.
Spike down mid.
It's good for the one. Lenny as well, finding his own. But then again, Knights, they found the picks.
Oh,
do they get the scrounge to guns? That's a bigger question. Contact made by Soku Soda, the pivot for NKT to play it to be as IG looks for what they can use.
Spike planted.
well, they're still trying to pillage their way to the side. They're burning a lot of seconds for this. And Bryce just doesn't have that many bullets to spare. Don't know if there's a Vandal ready for taking here, but Vicky's and Soku Soda, all they have to do is just be patient. They still have a lot of utility covering their tracks.
I mean, Lenny, though, has the rifle, the salvo, the special delivery, ways to dislodge. their opponents. Vicky though with a spray down again. 3 for the round. That's the end of this rampage. But so cool, so that is so calm again. And NKT now on map points.
NKT's been doing
Match
such a
point.
great job too of finding Ignite players in these little transitions. I think case in point would be Josh and Bryce. The backline just has not been allowed to establish like any sort of presence in this map. And you saw them, it was either from getting punished on some of these open rotations or just cutting down the front line before any advantage could be used by Ignite and NKT. Although we did vote against them today, they are proving us wrong.
I mean, they're showing what they really are made of here, Raph. And NKT looking to take Ignite's map pick away. It's going to be huge implications for the rest of the series here. But NKT now, avoid the salvos. HYK on the opposite end. Line comes out, courtesy of One Love. A bit of space to work with. But Ignite have their own plans. Paranoia, courtesy of Josh. Yet again, it's a tug of war thanks to utility. But something has to give eventually. NKT will look to force the issue despite the one-way. They have their own smoke. They want the orb here for the dimensional drift. One Love playing with fire. But he's not burnt at all. Instead, we watch here and so cool Soda. He's done it again, Raph.
Who's next? He grabbed Bryce, and now they have all the information in the world, along with One Love trying to get as much of the space that, yes, Ignite just don't want to give. Look how far he could potentially leak towards their defenders, Dax and NKT.
Oh, Vicky. Good for the one trade, and
30
sure, but
seconds
NKT are just getting these solo picks. Thanks to their lurks across the map here, Raph. Even with 20 seconds, doesn't matter. NKT now. Get B site for free. Making sure that both house is as secure as it can be. On nothing doesn't matter. Lenny making something happen though.
10
All this
seconds
happens.
left.
One Love lurk again. Same result. NKT have found their way in. Now Temps looking to mop up the action. But 2v2. Lenny got the drop on one a while ago. It's a drone up close. The stun's there as well. Suppressed now onto Alert, who has to back on out. And the Rolling Thunder should be perfect. But so cool Soda hits the shot before the stun connects. Now Alert shaking it off. Lenny on the other side.
He doesn't know.
Battle of the Vets though. Who's got this timer running out here for Ignites? Their flame flickering here. The shorty supremacy is taken by Alerts. And NKT will take the map 13-5.
Out with a map lead, this should embolden them to be a bit more aggressive this time around.
Yeah, I agree with you, and especially looking back on their series against X-God. There were rounds there, play aggressive on the attacking side, giving them the chance to pick up some of those rounds. Now with double duelists, you have to expect it, right? Look at what Vicky and One Love can do here. One thing to note also for NKT,
Right there.
interesting that it's One Love, their IGL. The duelist, the one calling the shots, but here by Dish, action looking to come their way, and double swing. The stun comes out. Vicky hit by it, but the rest of Ignites smashed down as well. So cool Soda with the kick out to Josh. Bryce there, holding steady to find one of his own. It's 2 for 2, and into Spawn. One Love, how quick are you already?
We were asking
planted.
for a lot more bravado on the side of NKT, and One Love has been delivering. We were also kind of harping. I was harping on his solo pushes, but now it's Lenny trying to chip down the rest of NKT.
Yeah, drone comes out, and
Drone is down.
Lenny here notices both Heaven and Hell used by NKT on their hold. HYK tries to find an angle here by drop, but One Love now flushed out by the salvo.
Last
Flash
player
comes out.
standing.
HYK in position. HYK now falls to One Love's hand. And NKT, after So Cool Soda's efforts there, a triple for the Cypher, but One Love, that Yoru, man, just suddenly in the opponent's spawn.
So now if you're Ignite, that's another list, or another thing added to the list to worry about. NKT, sure, they might be not the speediest team, even with their double duos, but they have been as shifty as ever. Vicky did have a small mishap, kind of jumping into that stun, but all's well, ends well. Looks like they're posturing up for a whole different take here, Dax. It is now towards the B site.
Yeah. Sun comes out. Smoke to play too, and NKT Anti-eco, very confident now. Push into the B side. Price has to give up the angle. Chain chills as well. Now, giving NKT control of Jenny. So, quick spike plant from NKT. Does Ignite even bother? Just maybe die to the spike here, but you want to find a pick at least. From One Love, needs to be quite careful. Still thrown into play, and Ignite, man. They're creeping closer and closer now. The Yoru still a different endeavor. Boom. With the kick. Starts off the action. Second one for Boom One Love here. Getting closer to Dimensional Drift. Vicky also backing away with the satchels. And the rest of Ignites, they're just rushing towards the spike. Maybe force the issue. NKT, yeah, they're gonna have this one in the bag, but can Ignite do any damage? That's the real question. Seems like Josh will get one, but beyond that, NKT's 2 rounds, they're confirmed here.
And of all the players that they could have found, it was the duelist. There's no real economic damage there either. I mean, you can't expect the duelist to fall regardless if you're an attacker defend. Does look like they're still entertaining the idea of getting the outlaw on Poom One Love, but this time he will be equipped with a Vandal. And again, NKT, they're really mixing up their approach here, Dax.
This goes here.
These last 2, maybe
goes
3
there.
rounds now have been an attack from a completely different side, and Ignite, they have to think maybe 3-4 steps ahead to even catch NKT at this point.
And NKT is looking slippery with Poom One Love as well. 3-1-1 split here. Most of NKT
Oh, there's no way.
wanting to push the pitch. The timing could be perfect for Boom One Love. Unbelievable. Even against 3, he snatches a life and gets out of there. Now the rest of Ignite, they're pushing into A main here. Potential pinch from the 2 duelists of NKT, but Ignite wary of the Yoru's position. Focused on. Here we go. Boom One Love eradicates all. The flick to find the 3rd. He's doing it all here for NKT.
Spike planted.
And Ignite's by. It is just broken here by the Yoru.
My goodness, NKT inflicting TLT on Ignite. Temps and HYK look a little lost here, Dax, and maybe, just maybe, they're forced to withdraw and save these weapons. But Poom One Love can do no wrong. It really is just the problem going
enemy
against the
remaining.
Yoru. The most random things could work out, and he's one more
Wants
away
it.
from the ace.
Oh, denied. No highlight, but a high point for NKT. This Yoru has been problematic throughout the series. This round proves it. HYK though, a last stand to get the double at the end, but Ignite will have to give that one up. And NKT, a bonus win here. They're just running away with the lead.
Really, out of all the weapons you could run into, it's the sole Vandal. And it had to be on Poom One. One thing that we've really noticed from him, or I don't know if it's even fair to say, but it just doesn't look like he's overextending. By that I mean there's no fight in that round that looked like Ignite could have punished. Everything was just so well paced. Even towards a double push on the smoke, maybe a mishap on the crosshair placement, or just a clearing protocol on the side of Ignite. But either way, Ignite will have to suffer the consequence of this lesser bite.
Yeah, and the shot caller doing it again. The IGL. Ever since the NKT Academy days, Poom One Love has done no wrong in this map so far. And he's cleared out most
planted.
of B with a Dimensional Drift. Fake out also. Temptation for Temps. But Ignites refusing to give away their position. Like Plant and Toku Soda. Now gets the contact, avoids the stun. Massive moment to hold here. A high-low awaiting. Ignite on the other side. Poom again. Pick onto Temps. The rest of Ignite trying to play from the canteen. Burst now. Courtesy of the 2 from North. But Soda able to pick one off. Josh there with the answer,
enemy
sure.
remaining.
But NKT have this one again. 4-0 now. And Poom One Love looking to build up a quick Dimensional Drift as well with that triple.
Ignite have to pause here, maybe call for a timeout, have to reset, like literally do anything to just start from ground up. Because right now NKT are playing fairly common spot stacks that are just going unpunished. Mainly because Poom One Love has been all over the place. typically speaking, when you're trying to map out, like, well, a map as a team, you go for the hot spots. You try to make an educated guess where what they can somewhat overlook, but this has not been the case for NKT. They scrimmed on this map. They will use every single bit of this map.
And they're just looking so lethal, right? You have entry potential courtesy of Vicky. Allows Poom to work on those lurk antics. Sheer triggered. And Ignites keeping an eye on the wall. But for NKT, they're just trying to burn that utility. Any kind of space they can make with Poom would be massive. They're paying as well to play the A main where IG's waiting.
Josh could be the linchpin for the first round victory here, but
Launching
already
smoke.
see NKT flirting with the idea of this A main hit. A little bit more proactive now is Ignite.
Styles Styles eventually used by Letty to go for the stall. Big chance here for Ignite though to do some damage, and HYK, the one to draw blood first. Showstopper in reaction, and Alert
down,
is the
B.
recipient of that package. Ignite now, heating up. Darth able to snuff out the
30
flame
seconds
of
left.
HYK there. Flashes out, 30 seconds left here. Bryce
close.
loses out versus Poop again. And in a 3v3, it's Lenny keeping
Last
tabs
player
of the
standing.
spikes. Good call from the IGL. It's Ignite now, finally getting on the board. And it's a stark difference from the last few rounds there, Raph. They at least prevent Poom from making that space.
And that's objective number 1 for Ignite to hopefully replicate for the map. HYK doing his work, pretty much worth its weight in gold at this point. Dax, the operator. Again, we were talking about the curse of the scoped weapons in the previous map. It doesn't seem to be the case now. Even the ult, even the showstopper finds its mark on a decently random throw here. But again, Ignite had to scale so much of the map and scout out most of the map before they could get any sure footing. It does look like they want to achieve that quicker with this aggressive posture.
Oh, and Vicky Alert! They clear
I
and
know
clean.
exactly.
NKT sweep away Ignite there. A chance, honestly, for defenders, but NKT too quick on the trigger. Spike planted in a 4v2. Well,
I've dropped the spike.
oh, he's gonna give it to someone else. He's gonna give it to Poom one
I
though.
got the spike.
Wow, that's min-maxing, and I'm pretty sure they
Spike planted. My ult's
are going to be
ready.
really happy with Dimensional Drift available. I'm not sure if they're going to pop it immediately, but look how far removed they are from the site. They can already smell that Ignite is calling for a save at this point in time. I like that Ignite aren't forcing anything. I like that they're still playing with intelligence and with science. At the same time, NKT, they've read the paper. In fact, they're looking to publish it themselves, but are now denying even rifles to the SG squad.
I mean, they're hunting.
Vicky's-
They're hunting
Vicky's-
for that. Oh, the shear would have exposed them, and Vicky just want to give up that position, or give out that
There.
intel rather. But what do you even do when the gate crashes beside you? Vicky, nice strafe. Now the TP on in. There's a smoke as well. NKT, they knew something was up there by tower, and HYK trying his mightiest to save the op to no avail. NKT, second map and the second time in the series, Raph. They've really hunted down Ignites to get rid of those guns.
Man, like I said, this research has been peer-reviewed to the utmost scrutiny by NKT. Ignites, they pop their timeout for this half, and it is looking quite dire, Dax. They're trying to shuffle how they want to defend the map, and they're trying to cover as much ground as they can with these plays that supposedly should give them a bit of space. But even going against like a clean 3v3 towards Dish just didn't pan out for them.
Just whenever they won't go for the push, NKT is there to receive. And timeout here as Ignites looking to at least figure out a few answers against NKT. Some of the straw points we've seen from NKT. The Yoru getting the angles, using those lurks to their advantage. Just space made thanks to the raise. And all in all, Ignite just not getting the right peaks at these right times, right? The only round that they got was when they got the operator pick, courtesy of their duelist, courtesy of HYK. Beyond that, they're just lacking on the control for these sites here.
Could it be some residue from the previous map? Because if we look at the NKT roster or the configuration at the moment, it's not even that utility heavy, at least in comparison to Deadlock Cypher, right?
Yeah.
But next? Again, Ignite, maybe they're just a bit more hesitant.
Well, they have a space creator with Boom One Love Paranoia as well. Boom One Love, as soon as he goes back to the right dimension, it's the wrong call as Josh is there to catch him. Alert though, Rolling Thunder. NKT willing to invest multiple ultimates here, but Josh lines up! A nutty shot there. Took his time, rewarded with a kill onto Vicky. Spike planted, it's 4v3 as IG look to retake from spawn here.
They still have both cages and potentially a trapwire in the pocket of the Cypher if they would want to use it, but this post plant has to be off the back of gunfights, and Bryce has already found one.
Yeah, you want the gunfight? Well, you get a pistol. Darf, it's a handicap. It's not even a pistol, it's a shorty. There are 4 people, you got 2 bullets. And Darf, he's known, he's spotted HYK with the execute. But well played by Ignite off the time out. And a stellar effort there by Josh as well. Players holding by rope, just giving reinforcement to the ones on the ground, and Ignite get the second round.
I wonder if they're going to be a bit more passive this time around, considering they do have Armageddon and Rolling Thunder potentially for the retake, as well as Orbital Strike, or if they're going to posture up for a more aggressive stance. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be super deterred from what happened towards this side. But NKT, you'll never know how they're going to attack next. If they're going to go for that little underground play that they did a few rounds ago, if they're going to go for a slow pinch. But this time, nothing of that nature. Still a lot of patience, making Ignite spend utility.
I mean, it's a double lurk. You need to respect the presence here of Boom One Love and So Cool Soda. And speaking of Soda right now, trying to be very wary of A main. We've seen Ignites throughout this game post up at least 2 players from the past few rounds. And with the boom bot now for confirmation, NKT will give up the angle. Still concerns as B is looking likely to be the hit. But Bryce on the opposite end. Trying to catch the cross. Vicky now going through. Razor Vine to slow things down. And oh, the spike! They were trying to juggle it towards Darp. And Alert just braving through the thorns there and has to do it manually.
I like the attempt. It was respectable.
Goodbye. Alerts. That's a red alert if I've ever seen one. Now then, warning signs here for NKT. As Ignite. Use their utility in their ultimate. Find pick. Boom though. Response versus Lenny. It's 4v4 now. Bryce still sneaking around by Canteen, waiting for the rest of the team to follow suit. Main smoked off. It's up to Vicky to do some damage. Despite the aftershock, he's gonna cross it, and Vicky alive and kicking! Double now, courtesy of the Rays, and the rest of NKT will find the last few stragglers. 6-2 for the Thai squad.
Does look like there's a little bit of a psionic presence here on the side of NKT. Their reads are the utmost perfection, and they are leaving
Spike planted.
basically most of Ignite without a trace in these rounds. And even Vicky's, I thought for sure he was gonna get popped by the breach utility, but great heads up play just to use the satchel and get a little bit more space. Still risky because he opened into a very dangerous position, but hey, Vicky's made it work.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't gotten too many kills, but he's also hasn't died as much. He's the entry here for NKT, and he's getting that space for NKT to begin with. The rest of the team, like Poom, like Alert,
Right here.
they're the ones finding the kills along the way. Vicky, though, we were asking for some kills. Now we get in with the first and second into the round. A wide open showstopper for momentum. And they use it to clear out the site. Not only that, the lurk again! Boom One Love! You've been doing this throughout this map, and you're still doing it now.
He hit him with it.
Spike
And
planted.
they've been playing to their strength stacks. Again, they're not forcing anything with their comps. If anything, this is a masterclass on how to play your comp to almost perfection. They're using that double lurk, like you mentioned time and time again, just to buy that space, just to keep rocking the already potentially shaken mental on Ignite. HYK and Bryce are in such a familiar yet dire situation. NKT will try and repeat that action too. They're gonna hunt him down This fight's HYK back to back with Bryce on their final stand.
It's the twins here, though, within the tower for now. Ignites, looking to hold, looking to stay steady, but the aftershock! Oh, it forces them into the corner. And now, where are the fumigators? Rat's caught, but HYK and Bryce fight to the bitter end. At least a gun saved here by Ignite, but NKT do it again.
It's the operator that had to slip out of their hands too. If they had to make a choice, they'd rather keep that. Like you mentioned, they really have not found a doorstop to Vicky's. Like you said, not the highest volume of frags, but also not dying as much as you'd expect a jump initiation would.
Man makes space. And probably heard us in the last round. Now delivers the double from the previous one. But the damage has been done again and again by NKT here, Raph. Ignites a pittance of an arsenal. 4 sheriffs, the only rifle, the one saved by Bryce. Satchel in by Vicky. Swing comes in, Bryce making him pay. But NKT now, they go for the trade. And it's a chance for them to slowly crawl their way back into A. Puma and Love calling them to go that way.
It is really crazy to me that Puma and Love has been barely discovered too on these lurks. And just being a net positive overall for this team. Ignite still trying to find their bearings, maybe get Scorched Earth going, but with the weapons they have, I think this is going to be cutting it a little too close unless Lenny goes ballistic.
Yeah, Soko Soda has to go the long way now, looking to compete from spawn. Stellar shot, Temps eradicated, and the rest of NKT use the firepower to their advantage. HYK caught in the corner, no escape, past the showstopper. And there is no escaping the wrath of NKT, hunted in every single corner. Ignite, seeing the lead balloon in front of them.
This is not the type of day Ignite wanted to unfold for themselves. As said, far more competitive than. And again, maybe NKT just has all their cards right. Their entries have not been stopped whatsoever. The lurks have also been undiscovered. And quite frankly, you see a lot of these plays just kind of coast along.
Yeah, NKT has just been in control. Last round specifically, outmaneuvering. Ignites on the rotations. Of course, we expect a lot of potential for this Ignite squad. You have Lenny, who's been to Pacific and more. You have such a young star in HYK. Players like Temps, Josh, Bryce, notable within the Singaporean scene. Now, we go for the push, and HYK is just shut down. Darf, decisive on the blow. NKT, even clearing out their spawn before anything else. Meticulous plays from the attackers here.
They're boxing Ignite in. They just really don't have that much room to work with. And like you said, the game plan has been simple. Let's take space, either from our Yoru or our impressive entry. Either way, we're gonna bully our way to the side, but Temps holding strong for now.
I mean, he checked the corner, found the pick. Temps looking for another, but to no avail as Alert and the rest are rushing through. Spike in their hands. Watch out for that drop position though. Boom, One Love might be decisive here. Good stall with the utility. Salva comes in, and Poom, do or die. Decisive blow onto Lenny now. The heart of Ignite broken to pieces. Vicky wants to push, gets taken down by Bryce though. Then RBO2 around A chance perhaps to go for a stand here. Josh versus the world, and Josh, he's got one, he's got two, and he got close, but not close enough. Alert with the short, need to find a triple of his own, and NKT have found a ninth round.
Oh, that is bitter for Ignite. Again, Josh nearly had a picture-perfect moment, but it developed not in his way. NKT escaped by the skin of their teeth with those double shorty shots, and still very much firmly in the lead here, Dax. This could be a 10-2 half if Ignite can't get their bearings together.
Rip and tear.
How do you even come back from a score like that? Sure, we've seen epic comebacks like that on this map before, especially last week in Game Changer C. But against NKT's form, what's the answer? Dimensional drift now. to scout out the sites as well as A main. Sands the position here for Ignite to hold. They know that's the only part that isn't clear. Through the door, though, Dar for the drive pick to get the first. The TP on out. Boom, one love resets himself, but Bryce able to track him down immensely. Now then, spikes planted on the site for NKT. But there's still a threat over at drop. A triple stab, Steel Garden as well, and NKT need to be careful.
The Garden could pay dividends here, but once again, they have to convert.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1. So Soda still sticking around. Attempts to find up the Vickies here. And Ignites. Can they rally at least in the last round of first half? Answers yes. They can work with this. They can make something happen. 9-3 to end the half with Ignites. That's a lot of work that needs to be done on their attack now.
Switching
You
sides.
said it. At the very least, NKT, or at least Ignite, rather, are going to be in the stronger half. But what is worrying is that, for the most part, those
Between NKT and Ignites. Let's not forget Raph. Whoever loses, they're out of the running. Whoever wins, they'll move on to face against the Mongols. For the face-off into Arcade. Insert coin into the next half. HYK, the rest looking to find the push, but NKT will give it up for now.
it isn't going to get any easier from this point forward. Like you said, there's already a new challenger waiting around the corner. But this is the first fight that they have to get, at least survive from. Ignite?
Josh.
Hello?
Josh didn't see it, but luckily there's a shear. Boom, one love. You're daring. The reinforcements are rallying, and what could have been if Josh died there? But Ignites doing well with the brim. Found the pick. The injector back though for a second lurk. Vicky's now with that push. Bryce will fall. And a 4v4 we go. Stun comes up. Dark in the smoke. Waiting to see who's gonna peek first. Through it now. Runs into Lenny.
goodness.
Absolutely criminal for Dark, but Temp's got two. Alert still in position. Alert with another!
A.
Spike also out in the open.
Spike.
Josh crippled down with 10 HP, and even with the classic at that distance, Vicky will deny him of any space. 10-3. It's NKT with a pistol.
Alert is your own security system. No worries whatsoever as long as this man is alive. And he decimated those two players trying to walk into him. And you can really tell
enemy
that
remaining.
perhaps the pressure is kind of getting to Ignite now. There were a lot of things that maybe they should have anticipated. The NKT shenanigans are pretty much ramping up. It does look like it has to be a forced buy here. They really cannot afford to gamble that 11th round.
Oh no, but then they run into the Spectre of Vicky. Now then, Darf looking to set the stage as well. Ignite
They're so low.
hurting here. The Stingers though lethal as well at that distance. Pistol tap still good enough for alerts! And alerts! He tries to survive, but Ignite puts the pressure on. Shot rings through. Door opens just to Bryce's demise. And Lenny's being hunted with 11 HP here, Raph. A last stand for your leader. The pre-fire is not good at all. And NKT, everyone gets a piece. It's 11-3 here.
Goodness gracious. And I don't know what to say for Ignite. We really expected so much from a powerful team such as them.
Team
But
A.
NKT, like you said, they can be so dangerous. And it just so happens that today is their day. Hopefully this is the audience. This is a preview of what our audience is like. Don't play with knives though. I don't think that's very safe.
Yeah,
But
All missiles away.
this is tough. Ignite, second round in a row. They're forcing up some of these singers.
that's not good.
With the loss streak, if ever they lose it, they might have enough into the next round, perhaps. But NKT have gotten the memo. They've brought up as well. They have something to work with. HYK! A single clip to get two!
Last player
Massive
standing.
moment here for Ignite. They dare, they try, and they win! They give it the shot there, Raph, and they are rewarded. They finally get around in the second half.
A lot of work has to be done, but that is going to be a glimmer of hope that they're very, very happy to have an HYK. We were championing this map. Actually, this kid, like you said, so young, but so sharp. Trying to get this comeback going. But NKT, that is probably the wildest plays I've ever seen. If they're gonna go through with this, and Poop One Love makes it work,
Boom One Love.
Go ahead.
All eyes on you, Boom One Love. Who sets up an operator and a pistol round? He does!
Dude.
That's your IGL! That's the first pick into the round! And HYK, he's been having a relatively good game here on Fracture. Now without the duelist, it's NKT looking to set the pace against Ignites. No one to burst, no one to get close to that operator. And Ignite need to respect that.
Oh, now I think Ignite might think this team is actually bought up. But realistically, it's only the op. But this slowdown should be enough. Alert falls.
Yeah, they're using their bodies at least to slow down the push of Ignite. But Lenny, through the smoke and more, either direction, both of the picks. And 3 for Lenny already into the round. Spikes get planted, and NKT will give it up. They don't want to lose the up, that's for sure. So cool, Soda. Look at that Cypher. Watch that Cypher, Raph. He is there to stop anyone from pushing into Poom from spawn. He is there to sacrifice his life for the cause, but overall, a great round by Ignite anyway.
Oh, so cool. Soda has a tall order
There's
in
no
front
way.
of him. But yeah, there's no way. Like, sure you can hold down this line for a few more seconds, but to attempt this 1v4, I admire the
I don't think
bravado.
so, yeah. He's probably just there to keep
Secure
Ignite
the up, yeah.
Yeah, because Ignite can't actually hunt NKT, especially Poom One Love, so cool Soda's around to potentially defuse the spike.
Yep.
And with that being said, it was an interesting buy from NKT. They saved the operator though, and the rest of the team should have a better gun moving forward.
That goes there.
Yeah, we did see a Barrack late there a little late, but it should be a full-on fire round for everybody here. Lenny turning it up, landing a few nice shots, despite it being against an ecoing team, right? This is still rounds that they need. If they can get this to 8, then this is going to be much more competitive, and NKT have to maybe poise themselves and be a little more conservative on how they want to buy up and situate themselves, but this operator gets one again!
Another one! Temps falls quickly, and without the breach, it's NKT looking to set the tempo with the stuns along the way. Trip bar's perfect, and so cool Soda giving HYK a taste of his own medicine. It's NKT now with advantage. Boom again with a second kill with the op, and the Boom but now with confirmation. No chance for Bryce at all. Series point here for NKT.
Match point.
That was a round that went by way too quickly. Whatever hope Ignite had, whatever momentum they built, was just taken under them. They swept. Now Ignite, they still have a chance at the stacks. They're actually not too far from pretty game-changing. Oats, Temps House rolling Thunder very soon. Josh, 1 away from the orbital strike. So if the orbs were to be wrestled away from NKT, then Ignite have a chance at this to at least survive 1 more round.
Yeah, sure, potential here for Ignite, but NKT have ultimates ready. Dimensional drift early. That's big intel, and Vicky's gets the go signal for Boom One Love. He sends it, but can't find anything. NKT, they tried to end it early, but Ignite still standing, and now the shot doesn't hit. Ignite,
Oh my gosh.
they're holding us for in spawn. Bryce, he's a spy amongst us. He's found his way in. Backstab perhaps. A chance to look on around. But NKT still unknown behind them. But look what's right in front of them here. Vicky's
One enemy remaining.
stopping the advance. And NKT just take down Ignite like that. 13-5 to take the series